And welcome back. And welcome back, everybody. Had a little technical difficulty there, unfortunately. So we're resuming the program right now. Rob's most brilliant point, Rob Ellis's most brilliant point, who we just wrapped up, and I'm sure we'll put this all together nicely for a later YouTube post. But Rob's most brilliant point was talking about how Jason Kelce and Lane Johnson were looking at Jalen Hurts as the leader of the locker room. And that's not the easiest thing in the world, to go to veterans or have veterans see you as an equal right out of the gate. And that's pretty much what happened after his first year as a starter. So that is pretty impressive. My thanks to Rob Ellis for joining us there on the Rothman Orthopedics guest line. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about the great people at Manscaped and Manscaped.com, the leader in below-the-waist grooming. Trust the great people at Manscaped and Manscaped.com. They are fantastic. Manscaped, wonderful, amazing, convenient, safe, skin-safe technology that helps you reduce the risk of nicks so you can manscape with confidence and comfort. So trust the people at Manscaped and Manscaped.com and use promo code FARZI for 20% off and free shipping at Manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at Manscaped.com. How about Freestone Farm CBD? FreestoneFarmCBD.com. You'll love the tropical tasting Bayox that clocks into the chart-topping 24.1%. And Super CBD, which is half Hindu, Kush, and 21%. Generics to these guys are off the charts. So try Freestone Farm CBD at FreestoneFarmCBD.com. You'll love all they have to offer at Freestone Farm CBD, FreestoneFarmCBD.com. How about PHL Sports Station, Philadelphia Sports Station, enhancing your Philadelphia sports fan experience across all social media and blogs. That's PHLSportsStation.com. Thanks, everybody, for joining the show. April, I do see you. And yes, April, PJ to the rescue. So there we are. I'll try to get everybody else in the chat. One thing I did see in the chat, I was going to get to in the morning rush because it is amazing, is the Aaron Rodgers deal. If you haven't seen it, it's redonkulous. Aaron Rodgers, it finally goes down. Aaron Rodgers to the New York Jets, ladies and gentlemen. So the AFC East now has Aaron Rodgers in it. It now has Tua Tagovailoa in it. It now has Josh Allen in it. And, who plays for some guy named Mac Jones. So that's a pretty impressive quarterback roster in the AFC East. Aaron Rodgers and the 15th pick in the upcoming draft, as well as a 5th rounder in 2023. So 2023. So this year's draft. So they get the first round pick. Obviously, it's a pick swap, essentially. Packers move up to 13. Jets get 15. They move back a couple of spots there. But here's what the Packers get. Here is the haul. And Pro Football Focus did a great job of putting this together. Oh, my goodness gracious. This is incredible. Right here, you have the 13th overall pick in this year's draft, a 2nd round pick in this year's draft. Then coming up there next year, you have a 3rd round pick and then a conditional 2nd round pick next year, which flips to a 1st round pick if Aaron Rodgers plays 65% of the snaps. Good gracious. So essentially, they're getting another 1st round pick. Now, this is something that I thought was interesting. Joe Banner commented on this, and Joe Banner said Aaron Rodgers just got traded for similar value as Carson Wentz after Philly told the entire world he was getting traded and couldn't return. Some are claiming trade proves that Green Bay had leverage. Well, how do you get there? Less than Deshaun Watson, Goff, and Russell Wilson got traded for more. Well, I understand the Watson, the Goff, and Wilson deals there. Watson, Wilson, and Goff. But I don't understand what Joe Banner's talking about when he said he got traded for similar value as the Eagles. The Eagles didn't get 2 first-round picks, essentially, in all of this. There's no pick swap attached to it. There was a conditional pick. Eagles got a 3rd rounder and then a conditional 2nd, which would flip to a 1st round, which it did if Carson Wentz played, I believe it was 75% of the snaps. So I don't understand. For me, it's not similar if you're getting essentially 2 first-round picks. You could say that they cancel each other out. Maybe that's what he's saying there. But you're also getting, let's see that again. You're also getting a 2nd rounder which the Eagles didn't get. They got a third rounder. And you're also getting potentially a later first rounder, which I guess you're not counting the first round pick swap from this year if you're Joe Banner. So a potential first round pick, a 6th round pick, and a 2nd round pick. The 2nd round pick to me is the biggest difference in all of this because the Eagles did not get that courtesy when they traded Carson Wentz. Here's my thoughts. This is going to be, and he's going to have some weapons there in New York, and they're going to acquire probably another weapon for him there with that 15th overall pick. But Aaron Rodgers did not have a lot to go with in Green Bay. He was building relationships as the year went on with Green Bay. Christian Watson's the guy that really jumps to mind when it comes to building relationships. In New York, this is going to be a huge test for Aaron Rodgers. How much can one quarterback help turn around a franchise? Defensively speaking, the Jets, I think, will have a lot of answers. Offensively speaking, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have to be exactly what we ask all great quarterbacks to be, which is be the deodorant to the other things on the team that are pretty stinky. And in New York, there's a lot that stinks. Can Aaron Rodgers? Well, here's one thing. Aaron Rodgers will make the Jets relevant because either this is going to crash and burn and we're all going to point and laugh, or this is going to be the Jets accomplishing really what they're trying to accomplish with this deal, which is for a year or two, be absolutely relevant when it comes to the AFC East and it comes to the entire NFL. Be relevant again. Aaron Rodgers, I think, will accomplish that for them because they will be relevant in either a very positive way or a very negative way. But in terms of the way that they're going for, in terms of the way that Joe Douglas and the Jets are going for, it means that they're going to be relevant in a positive way. I think this is going to make them a wild card contender. I still don't see them being better than the Buffalo Bills, but this is absolutely going to make them a playoff contender. And the playoffs aren't what they used to be in terms of the accomplishment of making the playoffs. Now it's easier than ever to make the playoffs. It's not easy, but it's easier than ever. So they will win a wild card. My overall prediction for the Aaron Rodgers New York Jets is that they will make the playoffs. This will not be a repeat performance of the 6-win Jets of the Brett Favre era when he went to New York. That's not going to be a similar thing. And hopefully off the field, it's not a similar thing as well. But when it comes to this squad, I see them being in the playoffs thanks to Aaron Rodgers, thanks to this trade, but I don't see them all of a sudden winning the AFC East. I don't think this makes them the division champion. I do think this makes them a playoff team. And hey, when you have a quarterback and you get into the playoffs, anything can happen. And as long as they get into the tournament, as the coaches like to say nowadays, that's all they really need. And I think it will, bottom line, make the Jets relevant. But I don't look at this and go, well, now they got Aaron Rodgers, so now they're going to be awesome. No, I don't think they're going to be awesome. I think they're going to make the playoffs as a wild card. When all is said and done and the dust settles from this deal, congratulations to Aaron Rodgers. He got what he wanted. Congratulations to the Green Bay Packers because they now got some pieces here that you could do a lot with when it comes to their now 13th overall pick as they move up. They move back a couple of spots there. No, I'm sorry, move up a couple of spots there with their 13th overall pick, with a 2nd-round pick they'll get in the future, and most likely the 1st-round pick they'll get in next year's draft. So this is a nice starting off point. If you're the Packers, you already feel like you have a quarterback in Jordan Love, and you feel like you could just add on to that with the talent that you can get after trading Aaron Rodgers away. I've said it many times before. Aaron Rodgers is one of my favorite quarterbacks ever to watch in football. Ever to watch in football. I'm still dazzled by what he's able to do on the football field at his age, whether it's scrambling away from a would-be sack, whether it's getting out of bounds, buying time, extending the play, breaking it downfield for 15, 20 yards. He can do all of that still. This is the obvious next chapter in his career. I don't think this ends with another Super Bowl. I think this ends with Aaron Rodgers enjoying some limelight in New York. And yes, I do think they'll have some success. I don't think this is a repeat performance of Brett Favre trying to squeeze out whatever he had left out of his arm in New York. And look, he went on to play for the Vikings and played very well. Was an interception in overtime away from making it to another Super Bowl at 78 years old, I think he was. But this won't be the same thing as the Brett Favre deal. This will actually make the Jets a playoff team. So there you go. Congratulations to them. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Unfortunately, when we had a little bit of a reboot, we had to start things over again. But I will try to get things going up here with this chat now. No, hey. Yeah, all those comments are gone, but the ones are still here. I'm going to get you in here. I'm reading today. Real-time reaction to the deal was hilarious. It was hilarious. It absolutely was hilarious. I saw Dan Orlovsky tweet out the photo of everybody's reaction and just said, caption this. And it was everyone like, oh. It was everyone in shock. It was pretty incredible. PJ's putting out through the Farzy Show page that we had a little bit of an issue with power. Pico pulled the plug, essentially, in the middle of the day. Or middle of the show, I should say. Pico, April's like, oh, I remember Pico. Already Pico is a girl. Wait, what? Apparently Pico is a girl who is a Cowboys fan and didn't like Rob's first date deal breaker answer. Yeah. T-Bro, very good. I just thought YouTube pulled the show when Rob talked about, all right. You sly dog, you. Just, from a guy named Just Dateep. Yeah. Your head went exactly where my head went when it came to Brett Favre. Wow. Now that I hear myself say that last sentence out loud, it doesn't sound like it should have. Anyway, appreciate it. Let me try and see if let's see. Do we get anybody hopping back in the chat there? No, we didn't. All right. Scoozy, people. Scoozy. My most humble and profound apologies. People now just blaming Pico in our chat check there. All right. Phillies back at it tonight. Let's get to the morning rush brought to you by Sky Motorcars. SkyMotorcars.com. Phillies, 6:40 start time tonight. Those on Jacob Media's YouTube channel, don't miss. I'll be back with you guys tonight after the Phillies game, 6:40 for the Phillies post-game show. Logan Gilbert gets the start for the Seattle Mariners against Bailey Falter. So the lefty will be on the hill for the Phillies tonight. Logan Gilbert has had a seesaw season. Say that 10 times fast so far, allowing 1 run, then 3 runs, then 1 run, then 4 runs. Allowed 4 runs in a 6-5 loss in 11 innings to the Milwaukee Brewers a week ago. So it's been a minute since he's been out there on the bump, but all of them have been starts. He went 6 innings, allowing 4 runs, 2 home runs. He struck out 8, did not issue a walk. So this will be the situation where I will not be pissed off if the Phillies decide to jump on him because the guy does throw strikes. So if they decide to jump and swing at the first pitch and do what they've been doing throughout the first couple of innings of every game, then I'll be all right with it tonight. Tonight will be an example of me not being pissed off about it. And the Mariners are coming to town with a 10-12 record. They are coming off a loss to the Arizona Cardinals, a 7-3 loss to the Cardinals. So they come to town bringing that baggage with them. Phillies are looking to continue a winning streak and make it a season-long 4-game winning streak for the Phillies. Bailey Falter, in his last start for the Phillies, did a hell of a job with the exception of that 1 inning he had against the Chicago White Sox where he got beat up just a little bit. He went 7 innings, allowing 3 runs, 1 home run, unfortunately, and it was 3 walks issued for Bailey Falter. But still, for the most part, he has been pretty damn good for the Phillies dating back to the All-Star break of last year. So that's what the Phillies bring to the table tonight. As for basketball, ladies and gentlemen, the Philadelphia 76ers still awaiting their second-round opponent, although it is most likely going to be the Boston Celtics. Coming up on the Celtics Game 5, that's tipping off tonight. 7 o'clock, 7:30 tip-off. Celtics host the Hawks. They are up in that series 3-1, so Boston could finish the Hawks off tonight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This has been the Farzy Show presented by Steven Singer of Steven Singer Jewelers. One place, one price, perfect price online at IHStevensinger.com. Apologize for the Pico power outage there, but appreciate you guys jumping back on with us for part 2 of this program. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This has been the Farzy Show. Jim Hyde, produced the program, did a wonderful job. Thanks to everyone there on the Jacob Media YouTube channel as well as Farzy Show YouTube channel as well. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. And for the Jacob Media people, we'll catch you guys tonight after Phillies and Mariners. See you guys tonight.